Hello everyone, and welcome back to Season to Watch, where we're watching Spy Classroom, or Spy Room, whichever you prefer. I never figure out which one, but I guess both counts. Anyway, we're watching episode 12 today, the final episode of the season. Now, as far as I know, there's no second season announced at this point, so yeah. Anyways, after this, we're gonna be jumping to a new season of anime with new shows to watch. So if you want to have a say in what we're watching, just jump on Discord, link down below. And there's a anime suggestion channel where we can discuss and to decide which shows. Otherwise, I'm gonna be picking blindly, and who knows if they're any good. But back to the series. So last time, it seems we reached the conclusion of Grete's arc. Without a Grete specific ED back. But we got the fight against Olivia, I think was her name. Which was all part of Grete's strategy. Dibla went to fight her with the help of Mr. Johnny from Sarah to find her. And then Lily tried to ambush her, but it didn't work. Her used the poison. Olivia got Lily to poison both of them and left, thinking that they would die. Well, Lily's immune to the poison, and luckily she remembered to carry the antidote, so she was able to save both of them. And they were mere distraction, because then we have Grete fighting her on top of the roof. Yeah, she's not as skilled, so she lost that fight and was at the edge. And Olivia was using the same strategy as her lover and mentor of having the person jump off and act as if they gone berserk, killed all the people then themselves. But as to be expected, considering the method and the origin of it. So after their little talk, Grete faked going down, but then came back up because at that moment, Mr. Uwe was shooting at who he thought was the criminal, the assassin firing at him. So he ended up hitting Olivia, who didn't expect that, because she didn't sense the bloodlust, because it wasn't aimed at her, because that was all planned out, the whole mark that Grete actually has. That's what she allowed him to see from the assassin. But afterwards, Olivia showed that she called, I forgot what's Corp's name. Roland, I think it was. Called him there. But instead of him arriving, Klaus arrived. Well, technically he also arrived in just a luggage bag. Because apparently he had no shot against Klaus, even though he called himself a rival. So yeah, with that, both of them were gone. And we had the conclusion of Grete's love interest, as he finally was able to give her an answer. He doesn't really feel romantic love, but he does feel the need of familial love. So while he can't be the boyfriend she wants, he can be like a big brother to her. At least that. So that's where we end. We have this final episode. I have no idea where we're gonna dive into. Are we gonna fight like Serpent or whatever it's called? Is it gonna be a character focused one? Is it gonna be a general episode? Who knows? Anyway, it's time to dive right in. As a reminder, this is a time reaction, which means you sync up your own version with mine and we'll watch it together. I'll try to add some scenes here and there, but don't expect too much. And with that being said, let's get started. 3, 2, 1, go. Also, there's some stuff I've got.
今日は一日付き合っていただいてありがとうございます。
すでにもう
Finally
ディアた
fixed.
ち4人も任務先から戻っているはずだ。皆で僕らの帰りを待っていることだろう。
灯火の9人が久々に全員揃うのですね。楽しみです。
I see. They're finally gonna be all.
ボス、 あと一箇所だけ寄り道してもよろしいでしょうか。
I guess it's still the
皆さ
final
んに
point
お土
after
産を。
with just the two of them.
休業中
Oh, that's a
そ
shame.
んな
So maybe this is
で
still
は
a
無駄だったの
conclusion
でしょ
to
うか。
her arc,
私たちのあの行い
and
は
where she's finally gonna have her little
では
Valdir is
僕
Grete.
はライラット
Yeah.
王国にしばらく滞在す
Okay,
る。
so we're finally gonna
みん
get
な
a conclusion
くれ
to
ぐれも
her
はしゃぎすぎず体を休めておくように。
はい。
ボス行ってらっしゃいませ。
やったー。休暇だ
While everyone else celebrating, he's just sad that he's
そ
gone.
れぐらい当然でしょ。
私は明日から旅行三昧よ。
俺様はエルナちゃんとサラの姉貴と冒険に行きます。エルナ、アネットまで来るなんて聞いてないの。まあまあ、3人の方が楽しい
Yeah,
っす
the
よ。
three little ones kinda got together, except that Erna and Annette kind of butt heads all the
今夜
time.
はみんなで宴会です。先生なし、訓練なしの夜を楽しみましょう。イエ
A little happy
ーイ。
music.
声が小さい。喜びの気持ちはそんなものですか？イエーイ。
では宴会のメインディッシュはあのミートパイでどうでしょう。
ミートパイ。お使いのついでにってグレーテちゃんが前に買ってきたやつですか？
はい、
めちゃくちゃうまいですあれ。俺様ほっぺたが落っこちました。
Was that the
だ
place
よ
that was
な。
closed still?
私も僕も。
私も。
異議なし。
Yeah,
で
everyone
は
loved
早
it.
速
Huh?
お店についでに他の食べ
I
物を
guess
買い
not.
求め
I
て
guess
まい
it
りま
wasn't
しょ
the
う。
same place. No, it is.
閉まってますけど。
おや、あんた宗教学校のお友達かね？
はい、
Something like
あ
that.
の休業とは。
ああ、実はこの店を
And they love the
畳もう
meat pie
と
so
思
much.
ってるんだ。
It seemed like it's affecting her.
生ゴミの匂いがするね。誰かにばらまかれでもしたのかな。
わかるのかい？
もしよろしければ何があったのか聞かせていただけませんか？
いや、でも。
お願いします。
Yeah, like seems this place means a lot to her. Even Monica's
実は
surprised.
先日マンハイム社の社長が直々にこの店を訪ねてきてね。
マンハイム食品会社の
ラジオの CM で流れてる
That
あ
was
れで
just
すね。
knocking out the smaller
マ
companies out
ン
of
ハイム
business.
のフライドチキン。マンハイムのフライ。
Yeah,
ミート
I'm
パイ
gonna
のレ
call
シピを
for
売
it
ってく
here.
れって持ちかけてきたんだ。けれど金額は安いし、二度とこの店でミートパイを提供するなんて
Yeah.
無茶な条件付きだったから。
断ったら嫌がらせが始まったわ
Because
け
he's the
か。
bigger company,
なるほどね。
just taking your
もと
most
もと
prized
年も
possession
年だ
and
からね。後継者もいないし、もういっそのことレシピを売って店を畳んだ方が。
ですがこのお店は昔から町に親しまれた店です。ご主人が作るミートパイを楽しみにしている方が何百何千といます。
there are 8 of them
私
right
たち
here.
はその一人です。
Yeah, exactly.
代々受け継いできた店だからね。けれど仕方ないものは仕方ない。お嬢さんのその言葉だけで嬉しいよ。
お祝いムードが台無しです。
See, like
Ah,
even though they butt heads, they also get along.
宴会のメインは他の食べ物にしたら。
いえ、
Yeah,
そういうわけに
not just a matter of a delicious
こん
dish.
な時ボスだったらどうなさっ
Like
てい
it's
るで
very
しょ
special to
なんで
her
そこでクラウスさんが出てくるのさ。
personally.
う。いえ、
よし。
おう、
But what are you two planning?
マンハイム社を潰しましょ
Hey,
Ladies,
those should get along
Lydia-san.
really well.
いや気持ちはわかるけど、あなたたちどうする気？
社長に毒を盛ります。
う。社長をぶっ飛ばす。
強引すぎ。相手は一般人よ。
けど犯罪行為をしてんのはマンハイム社だぜ。
証拠がないわ。相手は有
Yeah,
名
we
企
only
業。
assume.
社長なら富も権力もある。嫌がらせだって本人が直接手を下してるとは思え
True,
ないし、
true.
私だってもちろん怒っているわよ。でも社長を罰しても 多大な損害は埋め合わせられない。店主さんには店を続ける気力も残ってないみたいだし。
いえ、この窮地私たちなら打破できるでしょう。
グレーテちゃん、策があるんです。
And you know when Grete has a
た
plan.
だしもちろん皆さんの力が必要ですが。
決まりですね。
では
クラウスさんははしゃぐなって言ってたけど。
やっちまいましょう、打倒マンハイム。
Not to do anything too wild. Okay, let's take down this big food company, by the way. Oh, we're playing the opening. During the episode, I see. I'm guessing that's Tia? Yep. I mean, the dress already makes you believe. Who could it be?
店に来た総務課長によると、マンハイム社は最近社長が代替わりしたそう
New
よ。
presents, I see.
なるほど。
2代目はボンクラ、瞬く間に収益を悪化させて社内からソース感を食らっているみたい。
Okay, that I did not expect. Is that the new present? Yeah. So I see Monaco's taking the photos.
立場がヤバくなって一発逆転の秘策を探してるってさ。ミートパイのレシピを欲しがってるのもそれじゃない？
I see. Yeah, having them collect the information.
そいつになりすまして
And she
取引
pickpocketed.
先を嗅ぎ回ってきたよ。ボンクラの2代目社長は
I imagine
若
we
い
also
頃からつるんでる
get
悪い
startup
お友
or
達がいるみてえ
scouting.
だぜ。嫌がらせの主犯はそいつらだろ。
裏社会とのつながりは？
あるな。
Ooh,
2代目には
okay.
拳銃をこっそり持ち歩いてるって噂もある。それで誰も逆らえねえんだ。
あまり大ごとにはしない方
Which
が良さそう
does
で
make
す。
this more important. Oh, I
皆さん
guess
の尽力のお
Ada
かげで
didn't collect
こう
information.
して情報も集ま
Let's
りま
just
した。
go through.
そこでですが、私たちの中で一番頭が悪そうな外見といえば誰でしょう？
リリー。
Yep.
満場一致ですね。ではこちらの資料をすべて頭に叩き込んでください。
Like a big
役柄の最終確認を。
documents.
おじいちゃんが作るミートパイが大好きだったミートパイ屋の孫娘リリー、元井リリリン。彼女はいずれお店を継ぐ者としてミートパイのレシピを譲り受けました。しかしリリリンは舞台役者という夢が諦めきれなかったのです。ミートパイか舞台か悩みに悩んだ末、彼女は家で首都近郊のこのボロアパートで孤軍奮闘、日々努力を重ねています。けど役者としてはなかなか芽が出ず、今日も貧乏暮らし。おいおいおい
The whole setting for the
出
character,
てきちゃ
huh?
います。
ありがとうございます。完璧です。
来ました、ターゲットが。マンハイム社の社長さんですか？なぜ突
Imagine
然。
the
金
president of
髪
a
の
big
可
food
愛らしい
company
ご
coming
友
here.
人にここの住所を聞いてね。リリリンさん、君は随分お金に困っているそうじゃないか。
Is it?
ミートパイのレシ
Was it
ピ、おじいさんから受け継いでいるんだろう。
That's
ぜ
the
ひ
information.
我が
home?
社に売ってほしい。
それがですね、おじいちゃんのレシピを欲しがってる人がマンハイム社さんの他にもいらっしゃいまして。
なるほど。私より先に動いてるやつがいたか。頼む、我が社に売ってくれ。宣伝とここの家賃3ヶ月分払おう。
出番です、グレーテの姉貴。
かしこまりました。
Now I'm curious why they.
コードネームマナ娘。笑い嘆く時間に
Let's
し
fill
ま
this
しょう。
time left in tears.
もし私の愛人になるなら、
I guess she's
そう
gonna be
だ
the other
な。さら
buyer.
に月々200デント。
ぶん殴りますよ。
今なんて。
あ、ちょうど来たみたいです。
Yeah,
もう一組のレシピの買い手が。
あら、リリリンさん、来客が？
Is that Dia?
まあちょっと。
And I'm guessing that's Grete.
どこ
Was
か
she
で見
able
た
to
か
change
も
her
な。
height?
まさか。
はい、ご紹介しますね。こちらの方がライラット王国の司法と呼ばれる世界的なシェフ。
I'm not gonna be reading
Sean
that name.
Dumas.
Okay, Sean Dumas. Okay, that makes more sense. Easier to read.
私たちが仕掛けた罠はここまでに4つ。1つ目は情報。 ティアさんがマンハイム社の総務課長を通じて社長にリリリンさんの存在を伝え、2つ目は写真、モニカさんの偽造技術で話の信憑性を裏付けました。3つ目はエルナさん、彼女には事故や悪人を引きつける体質があります。そこで社長の裏社会のご友人にこのアパートの住所及びリリリンさんがお金に困っていることをそれとなく伝えていただきました。そして4つ目は
バカなショーン・ディモンといえば世界でも指折りのシェフだぞ。そんなレジェンドがこんな田舎国に関心など示すはず。
あのミートパイのレシピがたった宣伝と哀れね。食品会社の社長が物の価値もわからないのかしら。ショーン氏は20万デンと出すそうよ。
20万だと？
リリリンさん、あなたが応じてくれるならすぐに手続きを。加えて私たちのレストランには世界中から演劇界のスターが訪れます。ぜひご紹介させて。レ
シピ売ります。
では契約締結ね。
貴様らこんな強引に。待て、そのレシピは。
我々を敵に回したいのならどうぞ。もっともショーン氏がマンハイム社の料理はまずいとつぶやくだけであなたの会社など一瞬で消し飛ぶのです。これでミートパイのレシピは私たちのものです。以後リリリンさんやそのおじい様には決して近寄らないように。
イエーイ。大事な。
あとはマンハイム社が再びリリリンさんに接触してくるのを待ちましょう。
あの社長からの電話はダミー回線を経由してここにつながるよう俺様細工しておきました。どうでした私の名演技。
私の演技もなかなかだったでしょ。
Yeah, not bad, Tia.
うまくいったよ。
お疲れ。やっぱり君が仕切るとうまくことが運ぶよ。
Yeah, Grete is great with the plans.
けど張り切りすぎじゃない。ここまで君が尽力するのは意外だったけど。
Yeah, I'm curious why it does mean so much.
実はボスと以前あの店に。
やっぱりね。よければ聞かせてよ。
So that's what makes it so important? That memory?
ああ、そうだ。今度時間があるとき、あそこの店に行ってみるといい。僕が知る限り最高のミートパイだ。あまりに美味しくて一度再現しようとしたことがあるが、なかなかうまくいかなかった。
That's very surprising.
ボスの腕を持ってしても。
Like,
ああ、
something else that
限りなく
he
近いものは作れたかな。しかし、本物と全く同一には。代々受け継がれた思いは、一朝一夕では真似できないさ。
Yeah.
受け継がれた思い。
That's something
つ
he's
まり
lacking.
私もボスの思いを受けるものになれと。
違う。
プロポーズですね。
もうこの
She's
時
always
点
twisting
で、
it.
お前は僕の思いを全
As
く
if
組んでくれ
that's
ないわけだ。
ever gonna work.
ただ進めただけだ。ここは、ホムラのメンバーと食べた思い出が詰まった
All
店なんだ。
memories with Inferno.
ホムラの
So maybe
任務のご
not
褒美の
that
一
it's
つだっ
important
た
to
よ。
her, but it's important
ルー
to
カスとい
him.
う男が好きだったんだ。よく残りのピースを僕と取り合って師匠に怒られていたな。もうあんな風に食べることは叶わないかな。
But you can have memories
で
of
すから
lamplight.
ボスが不在の時にあの店を潰すわけにはいきません。
Yeah.
けなげだ
Okay.
ね。好
Because
きな
it's
人の
important
好
to
きな
him.
もののためにそこまでするんだ。
間違っているでしょうか。
さあ。でもさ、
I mean, protecting what's
本当に
important
こ
to
れ
your
で
loved ones.
クラウスさんは喜ぶと思うの？ねえ、あの人がたった一言でもミートパイ屋を守ってくれって
No,
口にした。
no.
告げたのは2つだけだよね。
Don't
はしゃぎすぎるな
yeah,
と
don't do anything
体を
wild
休め
and
ろ。
rest.
僕はどちらも君が破ってたように見えるけど、クラウスさんの望みは僕たちに授けた技術であんな小悪党をいたぶることなの。なんてね、冗談。そんな顔しないでよ。
No, you still got
ただの意地
her
悪
thinking
さ。
here.
僕は恋愛に一途な人間を見ると嫉妬しちゃう体質なんだ。
モニカさん。
I really wish to know more about Monica's because we really don't know much about her.
かかりましたよボンクラ社長が。
けどやけに早くねえか？
Her and Ia are total incognitas.
申し訳ありません。
Especially Monica, because
私にも想
only
定
now
外
we
でした。
heard about her forgery
リリー
skills
さ
and
ん、
stuff.
ショーン・デュモンとの契約は待ってくれ。
でも
私は25万デントだ。
Yeah, it's
どうか
raising.
マンハイム社に譲ってほしい。
25万。
ここまでは想定通りです。世界的シェフが認めたレシピとあれば、あの社長は一層欲しがるでしょう。あとは偽のレシピを売り、ミートパイ屋のご主人のため金銭をいただく予
It's
定
all a
でし
fake
た。
recipe.
ただし条件がある。
条件？
ああ、私の目の前でレシピ通りに調
And
理し、
there's the problem.
店と全く同じ品を作りなさい。
住んでねえか？私らは本物のレシピなんて知らね
本物のミートパイを用意しなきゃ。でも私たちが行っているのは立派な詐欺行為よ。店の主人に協力はさせられない。
どうします？グレー
The
テの
fact
姉
that you're
貴。
selling a fake
金は
recipe.
諦めて手を引きますか？
え。はい、グレーテ。
No. What
さ
plan
っ
do
き
you have,
の話
Monica?
だと、クラウスさんは一度再現したことあるんだよね。
Mm-hmm.
あのミートパイ。
Are you calling him?
お客様に国際通話が入っております。
ではレシピを伝える。材料 A、牛肩ロースひき肉、玉ねぎ、
アネットさん、早送りを。
以上、すべて適量。材料 B、強力粉、薄力粉、コーンスタ
早
ーチ、
送りして。
すべて適量。
Even that
手
isn't
順そ
code.
の1、A を混ぜる。エマイコの夕日に青の絵の具を一滴垂らした色となる。手順その2、
早送り。
B を混
Okay,
その
what part
4、
is the
焦げ
actual
目が
part?
ボココンとなったら取り出す。ボコッコンでも瓶。以上だ。これがなぜ必要なのかはわからないが、検討を祈る。
What?
わかるか？
分量は適量
Oh,
っ
I
て。
guess not
要するにい
codes,
つも
but
通り
rather
全部
that
なんとなくっすよ。
he wasn't
我
giving
様
them
晩酌つきま
precise
した。
information.
いえ、申し訳ありません。すべて私のミスです。
Yeah,
皆さんとの初めての休暇
he
に
just eyeballs every
浮かれ
measurement
てい
and
たのかも
stuff.
しれません。
So
ボスはそれも見越していて、はしゃぎすぎるなとおっしゃったのかも。
グレーテ先
they all
輩。
think like he can't really teach other people because he's just does things on a feeling.
なのに。
じゃ、挽回してくれる？健闘を祈るか。クラウスさん、何か察したのかもね。今度こそ正しくあの人
Yeah, I
の
did
思いを
notice
受け
that
止
he
め
was
なよ。
talking about good hunting,
モニ
not
カさん
like
こんな
good
暗号文
cooking or
みたい
something
な
like
レシ
that.
ピ、解読できるのは君だけさ。違いね。
Back in that cipher. that's the
Yoshi!
recipe.
打倒マン
I'm in. I
グレー
guess
テ
in
ちゃ
a
んの
way
恋
he
心
did
の
speak
ためにも
code.
もうひと頑張りしましょう。
Y'all doing this for her. And the music?
もうすぐ焼き上がりますよ。
ネズミ
行きます。
どうかしました？
いや、なんでも。
Yeah, I knew Sato was involved with the mouse.
美味しい。紛れもなく店の味だ。このレシピは本物に違い
Yeah,
な
so
い
they
な。
made
じゃ
gave
あこ
him
のお金はいただき
recipe.
ますね。
君は用済みだ。
Okay.
余計な抵抗はしないでくれたまえ。
残念です。本当は使いたくなかったんですよ。一般人相手に
That I guess is Suvi.
何を言って。
And there's her poisons.
眠りガスは効きましたか？
はい。
では回収を。これで作戦終了です。その後、私たちはあのお金を匿名で寄付し、
Didn't he find it
店の経
suspicious
営
that
は持ち直したはず
he
なのに。
just got knocked out in front of the girl after he pointed a gun at her and
頼んだ
then she
よ。
was gone? Or he was
あ
gone?
んた。
休業とは。
ああ、例のトラブルなら無事解決してね。けど俺は腰がもうしんどいから。
Yeah,
親
he's old.
方、教わった通りに焼いてみたんですけれど。
おお、ちょっと待ってな。
Might not be
聞い
the
ての
same
通
thing.
り、弟子を取ることにしたんだ。店はいずれ必ず開けるから待
Yeah,
って
he's
てく
taking
れ
the
よ。
time to teach him now. Yeah, there
俺
was
が
a
手
faint
本に
smile
作った
there.
やつがもうすぐ焼き上がる。よかったらどうだね。
いただこう。 持ってやると言ったのに。
ありがとうございます。ですが、私から皆さんに。
頑固だな、仲間のことになると。
They all worked hard for this.
恥ずかしい告白をすると、遅かれ早かれチーム全員がボスに恋愛感情を抱くと思っておりま
She
した。
expected everyone to
い
fall
ず
in
れ
love
ボ
with
スを取り
him,
合い
as she has.
内部崩壊すると。
やめろ、考えたくもない。
He
で
does
すが
not
休
even
暇中
think of
仲
about
間か
that
らボスと
idea.
の恋愛を応援されました。
そうか。
良いチームですね。ともしびは。
Yeah, they really are a family. And now we finally have the Grete focus ending, which is very weird that we had this episode to be the final one to conclude it. Even though we had that whole arc for it. Yeah, like that whole arc was supposed to be focused on her, even though we had that Sybil stuff in the middle. But then this last part was what concluded it. Did we really needed this episode? I do like this art, though. This little art with all 9 of them. Wait, 9? Okay, there is Monica. In the credits, yeah, there we go. That's a good shot. A nice little song. Yeah, Grete was the only one that fell for Klaus. We fell in love with him. And okay, we have some after credit scene. And what is it? What is it?
血相を変えて。
ティアちゃんたちは任務地に残って作戦の後始末をしていただけなんですよね。
そのはずだが。
まだ帰ってきません。連絡を試みても何の応答もなくて。
何？
その表情、クラウス、あんたにも予想外の事態みたいだな。
何かあったんじゃ。
At this point in the game, we're having this happening. Oh, there's a tree
君
of
も
them.
起きたんだ。
Four?
で、どうすんの？
何のこと？
決まってんじゃん。時間はないよ。早く決断して。灯火を裏切るの？そのつもりならさっさと言ってね。君の遺体を処理しなきゃいけないから。
Well then. Something certainly is happening between Monica and Tia. So maybe they disappeared because they took that one took them. So does it mean they plan to have a second season? Like, huh? Anyway, I guess we're gonna go to the discussion. And that's the episode. Or rather, the series, the season. I mean, I haven't heard about second season, unlike I did with High Card. And there was another series that they are already announced next season. I mean, there's Bungo Stray Dogs, there's High Card, and I feel like there was one more. But from the ones reacting, just High Card. Oh, Blue Lock, there we go. Blue Lock and High Card, they announced the second season. Spy Classroom, I haven't heard anything about it yet, but the way they ended this episode, it certainly makes you think they plan on doing a second season, because the season's over and they ended on that cliffhanger. Now, maybe this is explaining on why they didn't really dive into Monica and Tia's backstory, because now we're getting this focus with them, which really makes you confused on what is going on here. Like, is Tia betraying them? Or is Monica inviting her to betray them? I feel like it's more of the former, but don't really know what's going on with neither of them, since after all, we haven't gotten the backstory or their motivation or anything. Heck, this episode is the first time we heard about Monica's forgery skill. So, yeah, they're both blank cards to me. In fact, this episode even I was talking about how we know nothing of either of them. So, it definitely left us curious about what's going on with them. So I don't know if we're ever gonna find out unless we read the manga. But yeah, the meat pie shop was the focus of the episode. As strange as that is, like I mentioned during the ending, but we had that whole arc to be a focus on Grete. Even though we had that episode that was kind of more focused on Sibla, but still. But that wasn't the end to Grete stuff. We had this little meat pie episode to be the ending of it, with the ending specific scene for her. That was weird. Just me? No? Okay. So yeah, you couldn't really see how that place was important to her, because everyone was sad, like, oh no, the meat pie that everyone loved is gonna be gone. But Grete was a whole other level of sad, because it was special to her. But then we see why it was special to her, because not exactly to her, but was special to Klaus, who is special to her. So indirectly it's special to her. But yeah, like he had many memories for that place. Like the food, the meat pie is really good, and it's one of the only things that he failed at, because he tried to copy it and he got close but never quite there. And he had all those memories with Inferno eating there, so very precious to him, as he very much values family, and Inferno was his family. Oh, Lamplight's now your new family, so now you can have new memories there with them. So yeah, we had the whole plan, which apparently was just to get funds for the meat pie shop, even though, how did that stop the guy from bothering them again? Because all they did was make him fall unconscious and take the money. Isn't that basically robbing him? Or just because he had a recipe in hand, they made him believe like, oh, well, apparently the trade happened, so I'm just gonna take the recipe with me. Yeah, no, that was very weird how it all ended. I mean, the meat pie shop is still going, I guess, but the problem was solved. So the whole plan that Grete had various steps, and why did they need someone gullible to play the granddaughter? Like, what did that really take part in that? Because I feel like she was, she knew the whole plan going in, so it's not like, oh, she was taken by surprise with new information. Does make it seem more real. No, I feel like she knew everything that was happening, everyone's role and everything, so don't really get why they needed Lily to play the granddaughter. But yeah, the whole thing was, we had Tia, we had collect information through her charms, we had Sibla collect information through pickpocketing, and Mon collect information with the photos. So then Lily was acting as a granddaughter. We had Tia and Grete participating as the other party trying to buy it, with John Dumont, I think was the name of the guy that they were impersonating, to give more credit to the meat pie. So once the president showed up again with more money, they had another plan, because he had the whole condition of making the pie, so they had to deal with that and make a whole other plan to solve that. So they also had Sada with the mouse, and I forgot who changed the pie, but I guess that doesn't really matter. Anyone could do that. And of course the knockout gas, which Lily was immune to. So I guess, there was also the whole thing of Erna passing the information along through the other contacts he has. And that also made a connection of the call, so that instead of calling the Erna would call their manor. So I guess everyone participated. But yeah, I guess the greatest trouble they had was recreating the pie to make it him believe it was a real one, even though they were selling a fake recipe. and they used up Klaus' information since he did attempt to copy it. The thing is, he's horrible at teaching. So an amount of this, some quantity of that, just make it, and that does not explain anything. But somehow Grete was able to make it up, like trying to make something out of that information. Once again, I don't get why they needed Grete for that. Like, was it because her love, she really knew a lot about Klaus, or her brains with the strategy stuff? Very confusing. So yeah, this episode happened.
Klaus さんは一度再現したことあるんだよね。あのミートパイ。ではレシピを伝える。材料 A、牛肩ロースひき肉、玉ねぎ。アネットさん、早送りを。以上、すべて適量。わかるか。
分量は適量って、要するにいつも通り全部なんとなくっすよ。
今度こそ正しくあの人の思いを受け止めない。こんな暗号文みたいなレシピ解読できるのは君だけさ。
いきます。
おいしい。紛れもなく店の味だ。このレシピは本物に違いないな。
So very weird episode to end things on. Sure, they had a little cliffhanger at the end, which was nice, but was this episode really necessary? Like some of the other episodes, I get it. Like to focus on the girls, some of them were general episodes just to be like the whole group, Lamplight as a whole, even Klaus' involvement. Sure, I get it. But this episode felt very unnecessary. Also, can we talk about the whole inconsistency? Like, sure, we had the whole arc for Grete, only now we got her specific ED. Meanwhile, the others had like one episode for them and was enough. Lily is a part because it was before the EDs came into play. But we also have the whole chronology kind of mix around. Well, that one was due to Erna that they wanted to give as a plot twist for episode 3, I believe. Because they made it seem like, oh, there are only 7 girls. Oh no, what are they gonna do when that information's leaked? Well, there were 8. And they knew it all along that was being leaked. So they got him by surprise. And then we started to go back. Like, we actually had an ending with all of them. Because we couldn't have an ending with 4 with only 7. So now we had an ending with all of them. And we went back before the mission to show some stuff that happened beforehand. That they couldn't show before because they couldn't show Erna. Even though we kind of had a bit of Lily in the beginning there. Without Erna showing up. So couldn't some of it they keep Erna away? Let me think. Stardust one, no. They had the whole thing with Annette and Erna, so Sibylla. They really didn't need Erna for that, for example. Well, Erna of course had her own episode, so we can't really have an Erna episode without Erna. And yeah, she is adorable, Erna. And I really like the relationship that formed between Lamplight, how Erna ended up bonding with the little ones. So it was Erna, Sada, and Annette. Even though Annette and Erna are always fighting because Annette's pranks and mischiefs are always happening on Erna, and she doesn't want her involvement, but at the end of the day, they do enjoy time together. And surprisingly, Sibylla and Lily really got close to each other. You could really see on this episode, but we also saw a bit on like the last arc at the mansion with them as maids. And I feel like maybe at some other points as well. The two of them surprisingly were very close, that become very close together. And it's very weird calling Lily the leader, even though it's clearly Grete. So another inconsistency there. So it feels like the series is all over the place, which is the reason why I didn't expect there would be a second season, which so far haven't seen any news about being a second season. Even though they made that cliffhanger then, assuming there will be a second season, so maybe it'll just take some time. I'm very confused. All in all, I expected more of the series, like spy classroom and everything, like moving spy the classroom stuff. There was also the whole teasing with the assassination classroom kind of style, like defeat Klaus, but they just skipped over that, and at some points they threw that in just to remind us. So yeah, very all over the place, this series. It had some fun moments, it had some amazing shots at times, but I feel like the plot kind of was all over the place. So yeah, I expected more of this. Nice, but I expected more. What about you? Did it meet your expectations? Were there no expectations? Or did it somehow exceed your expectations? And what did you think? Anyway, that's all for this episode, and who knows if we'll get more episodes of this in the future. Who's to say? Anyway, that's all for today, and see you next time with whatever reaction we do. Bye!